There are so many factors that influence our blood sugar, but not all of these are foods. So here are 7 non-food things that can spike our blood sugar. And trust me, number 4 and number 7 are going to surprise you. I'm Dani Hamilton. I'm a holistic nutritionist and blood sugar specialist. Be sure to let me know which one of these surprises you the most. And if you learned from this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. Number 1, having an argument. If you have an argument, a stressful conversation, or even if someone cuts you off in traffic, all of these things can cause a blood sugar spike. Oftentimes on my CGM, I see blood sugar spikes if I'm late somewhere and I'm rushing around getting ready. The reason for this is because when you are stressed, your body sends out a bunch of glucocorticoid stress hormones, which are actually designed to raise your blood sugar. This is because your body thinks that you are in a life-threatening situation and need energy so you can fight or flee the situation. Unfortunately, a lot of times when we experience these stressors, we're often sitting down at our desk reading emails. We're not using up the energy that just got flooded into our system. Number 2, taking a bath. Yes, taking a bath can actually spike your blood sugar. This is because heat is a stressor and the same concept applies. We might also see blood sugar spikes from taking a shower, going into the sauna, or even just being outside on a hot day. These spikes can actually be healthy for many people because heat can actually improve our blood sugar regulation. However, there are some people for whom these heat spikes cause these big crashes, and these people struggle to recover. If you struggle to recover, it means it was too much for your body. Number 3, exercise. When we exercise, especially high intensity exercises, our body might think that we're running from some sort of predator and that we need extra energy flooding in our system so that we can get away. The same concept applies as with the heat. If you can recover from this spike from exercise, then that's great because exercise is really good for you. But if you do an exercise that causes you to feel exhausted afterwards or even the next day, this was just too much of a stressor for your system. Number 4 is time of day. The later in the day it gets, the more likely we are to have blood sugar spikes because our circadian rhythms control our insulin response to foods. The later in the day it becomes, the more insulin resistant we get, so this means the more likely our blood sugar is to spike even higher and stay elevated longer. Studies show that skipping breakfast can often lead to higher blood sugar levels after lunch and dinner. This is why I strongly recommend to eat breakfast, and if you want to do fasting, to do it in the evening instead, like skipping dinner or just having your dinner much earlier. This is way better for your sleep, your hormones, and your blood sugar. Number 5, coffee. For some people, even without sweetener, coffee can spike your blood sugar. This often happens to me, especially if I have coffee without anything in it, because coffee can raise your cortisol, which again leads to a spike of blood sugar. Number 6, medications. There are quite a few medications that raise your blood sugar. Some of the worst culprits are corticosteroid drugs like prednisone, because these are designed to raise cortisol, which now we know raises blood sugar. Many people on these medications, if they're on them consistently, will go on to develop prediabetes or diabetes because of this consistent rise in cortisol and glucose. Some other medications that also raise blood sugar are nasal sprays, birth control pills, statins, beta blockers, decongestants, antiviral meds, and certain antibiotics. Number 7, light bulbs. Yes, I'm serious. Light bulbs, especially those cool-toned LED lights, which are becoming increasingly popular, those light bulbs actually raise your blood sugar. Blue light also comes from our screens and our devices, and we live in a modern world, so I'm not expecting you to live like a cave person. Here are some things we can do to navigate this and mitigate the negative effects of the blue lights while still living your life. The first thing I did was invest in an orange light bulb. You can also use something like a Himalayan salt lamp or even those Edison bulbs, which don't have a lot of blue light. Second, I invested in a pair of orange lens blue blocking glasses. This is because sometimes I use my phone or watch TV in the evenings, and it looks like this. I have had so many clients start blocking blue light at night, and they actually wake up with better fasting glucose numbers. It's amazing. If you want to go one step further, you can even buy a red light bulb for your bedroom and turn this on an hour before bed. Sure, your neighbors are probably going to think something fishy is going on, but you're really going to be supporting your blood sugar, your sleep, and your hormones. So you might be asking yourself, How do I know if my blood sugar is spiking, Dani? The best way to find out is to get a continuous glucose monitor. But when you get these devices, you're often overloaded with all this data that you don't know what to do with. If you want to get your hands on a device and learn all about how to interpret all this data and all the patterns that you're going to see on your graphs, I've created a program called Sugar Savvy to help you do just that. As a subscriber, you can use the code GLUCOSE to get the program absolutely free. I linked it all in the description below.